Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this new video. This isn't part of my Riverview Let's Play series. This is a completely separate standalone video where I feel I have to discuss some things, and there's a couple of things I need to talk about, and I need to address giants directly with this video. So hopefully somebody out there, you guys, you viewers, can help get this video sort of escalated, and hopefully the powers that be at Giants can hopefully come across this, and someone in their team can watch this video and hopefully get some kind of response. Today is Monday, okay? Patch 1.6 has just released for the game, ladies and gentlemen. Kubota DLC is obviously coming out tomorrow on the 28th of June, but Giants have released the new game patch very, very early. They've released it a day early on all platforms, okay? And Giants have released the patch notes. So let's quickly go and have a look at the patch notes, shall we? Just have to tab back to my desktop. There we go. Changelog patch 1.6. The changes and improvements. Added dual wheel config support to Trelleborg TH400 tyres. Yeah, that's a cosmetic thing. Fixed animal husbandry manure output being limited to straw consumption. Yeah, that's a nice bug fix that has already been done by a mod on the mod hub. Okay. Fix colour configurations with large number of options in multiplayer. Can't say I've ever come across that issue myself. Fix the game crash after changing certain advanced FSR settings. I'm assuming that's some kind of graphic option for AMD graphics card users. Doesn't apply to me being Nvidia, because obviously we're using DLSS and all that good stuff, and ray tracing and stuff. So that must be an AMD tweak. Fixed issues with modded bales when 3D model is used from the base game and only textures from the mod. So again, cosmetic tweak. Doesn't really affect gameplay in any way. It just affects how things look. It's a bit of a polish to how things look. Fixed localization for collectibles in mods. Fixed mod input bindings being overwritten. A lot of people have reported this issue since patch 1.5, where their keybinds are always being every time they start the game, their keybinds have been reset. So yes, that's a good fix, Giants. Please, you've done that. Didn't affect me, hasn't affected me, but maybe that's because I have my keybindings file set to read only, and always have done. But yes, good fix. Fixed prices page selling price display. I'm assuming this is a fix to an issue that I only kind of noticed last week as I was recording my Calmston Farm Let's Play series, where every time I went into the selling screen to look at when to sell my crops, it was always telling me that the best time to sell my crops was the next month. So if I was in September, it was telling me the best time to sell is in October. When I got to October, it then told me the best time to sell my crops was November. When I got to November, the best time to sell my crops was December. And basically the goalpost just kept moving forward, and I never actually could get to the best time to sell my crops. So hopefully that is what they're referring to with that one. Fix the Rostal Smash and Versatile max speed display in the shop. So that's just a XML typo error. Again, it's just something cosmetic. The speed displayed in the shop is not actually the speed of the vehicle is much bit higher than what is displayed in the shop. It's a cosmetic fix. Fix the Salic ANS 1900 AI support. Fix usage of the fold all input action when tools are attached that cannot be folded. Fix the Xerion 5000 map hotspot type. Basically, the little icon that goes on your map screen for your class 5000 series tractor, they've changed that. So again, it's a cosmetic tweak. A lot of these, you may notice, are not gameplay improvements. They're not gameplay changing here. They're not fixing issues with the gameplay. They're just fixing how things look. Okay? They're just painting stuff, you know? Improve the drawbar behavior on the Knuckling All-Rounder 600. Again, cosmetic. Improve the Lemkin Solitaire 12 working behavior. Improve performance when toggling the minimap size. Again, can't say I've never noticed an issue toggling the minimap size, but must be something that affects some people. Replace Lemkin Coralline 9840 default wheel config. So yeah, they've just switched what wheels come on that machine as standard. Slightly increase the max distance of the high pressure washer. Again, can't really say I've ever had a problem using the pressure washer in the game, or ever thought to myself, you know, I really wish I could travel a lot further with it. But hey, I guess some people, that's an issue. Various smaller visual and functional fixes on vehicles. Again, cosmetics. And then again, when changing one of the FSR options, so again, that's an AMD thing, that is. Fidelity, screen, something or other. Again, I don't know. I'm not an AMD guy. I'm an NVIDIA guy. So, don't really care. And then the new additions, things they've added that are brand new in patch 1.6. We've added permissions in multiplayer for cut trees. So server admins can give players permissions to actually cut down trees and also stop players from cutting down trees. Okay. They've added the passenger support for various vehicles, which requires the Kubota DLC, which comes out tomorrow. This enables you to ride in the buddy seat next to a fellow player. It's going to be great in multiplayer. You can both sit in the same tractor, same vehicle. Again, I don't know really what the use of that is. I would be probably more inclined to want to be in my own tractor, doing my own task, my own job, you know, contributing, being productive. But hey, it's something they've added. And then they've added a setting for adjusting the frame rate limit in the game. So again, that's a performance thing. Okay. And that's it. Those are the only fixes that Giants have put in this patch. And why is that a problem? Why is that a problem? Well, you come on to the lovely, wonderful Giants bug tracker, ladies and gentlemen. And, you know, you can log in with all your information. And you can have a look at all the lovely, wonderful bugs that, well, these are the bugs that I've submitted. The first one I'm going to address is the one I always mention in all my videos. The inability, okay, the inability in game, and let's just remind you what I'm talking about here. And Giants, if you are watching this video, this is what I'm talking about here, okay? The inability in game on PC, this is PC, I can't speak for consoles because I don't play the game on console anymore. But on PC, if you are playing with a controller or a steering wheel, and you press the button, okay, the button, where is it? That one there, to open the menu, okay, the map menu, the game menu, and then you want to come out of that menu, the button doesn't work. You have to press the B button, completely different button. Why is that a problem? Well, if you're in a vehicle or a machine, not only do you exit out the menu, you immediately hire an AI worker. And an AI worker takes off. If, however, like me, you've rebound some of your key bindings, I have the B button as my cruise control. So what happens when okay, let's find a tractor. That one's probably the best one to pick. Put some lights on the subject. So if we open the menu, right, open the menu, I close the menu, one press of the B button, cruise control is activated and the tractor takes off. So I have to press, if this field had crops on it, I would have just done crop destruction, exiting out of the menu. And why do I find that issue to be really annoying? Well, if we look at the other side of the controller, ladies and gents, and press the other button, which opens the store menu, okay, brings us to the shop menu. If you press that button again, it closes the menu. So on one side of the dice, one button opens and closes the menu. On the other side of the dice, it doesn't. You've only got half the functionality. And there's nowhere in the key bindings where you can reset that yourself, okay? Absolutely nowhere. That is hard-coded somewhere else in the game. You cannot change the key bindings for the menu system. So that's something that players can't fix themselves, okay? And this has been an issue that I have been reporting since game version 1.2, okay? And with every single patch that has been released, okay, I just get the standard, thank you for your report. We have just recently released patch whatever, insert patch number, across all platforms, which fixes several similar and other issues. So this one might have already been fixed in the latest game version. Feel free to reopen a new ticket with necessary info if this issue still persists for you after updating your game. Best regards. Well, I have submitted this issue on game version 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.41, and 1.5. And guess what, ladies and gents? As of game 1.6, I'm going to have to report this again because it's still not been fixed. Okay, you've still not fixed and addressed this, Giants. What is the point of having a bug tracker for us to report issues if you're not going to do anything about them? What is the point in having a bug tracker and having us report issues if reporting the issue multiple times still doesn't get us any closer to a fix? This whole thing seems a complete waste of time. I don't think Giants are really looking at this, or they're not looking at the big issues. I don't know whether there's some kind of quota where a bug must be reported by X number of people before someone actually looks at it. If one person reports an issue, we'll ignore that. 100 people report an issue, we'll ignore that. If 1,000 people report the same issue, okay, we might have a look at it. I don't know if that's something that they do. Again, there's not a lot of communication from Giants to us players regarding that. But it's incredibly frustrating, especially from somebody who worked in IT and software development and technical support and customer support for over 5 years. Okay. We had similar, when I worked in the technical support side of things, I had a similar system, okay, where basically customers submitted their issues, their reports, their bugs. They would come through to me. and my team, in my technical support team, they come through to our team, and we literally had criteria that we had to meet. Certain types of bugs or issues that customers reported had certain response times. We had to provide a response to the customer within a certain period of time. Those response times were 24 hours for, major issues. Okay. Let's say game breaking issues. 7 days, issues that were, a little bit less severe. And then we had, I think it was 21 days to respond to issues of another nature. And then 28 days for the less severe issues. But we had absolutely, and we were measured on this, we were targeted on this. Our pay was, our wages, what we earned, was affected by our response time, whether we were responding to the issues being raised and fixing and providing the customers with the fixes in the time scales that their tickets, warranted. So if I went to work one morning and I had 10 tickets that had to be resolved in 24 hours, I had to make sure I resolved all those tickets that day. Okay? If I didn't resolve those tickets that day, then I would get marked down. And I wonder if that's something Giants need. They need an actual response system. They need a flag system where they actually have to respond to every single ticket. Because right now, players, we players submit bug tickets on this system, and we don't know what's going on. We don't know if the bug's been seen. We don't know if it's been read. It got assigned to nobody. And that was submitted back in May. I submitted this issue in May. That was, over a month ago. And we've not seen any response. Okay? Not seen it. And this is the contracts bug, ladies and gents, that was introduced in patch 1.5, where contracts just disappear instantly. At the start of each day, the contracts appear on the contract screen and then disappear because the AI is doing the work instantly and not giving the player a chance. Harvest contracts, forget them. They don't appear. You don't get to do any harvesting contracts anymore in game. They've completely broken that element of the gameplay. And they're not fixing it. They've not fixed it. I've submitted a bug report. I know a lot of other players have submitted a bug report, because if we go back to Giants forum, ladies and gents, okay, and we look in here, down here, as you scroll down the page, there is a thread on Giants forum that has 187 posts, has been viewed 7,442 times, and is currently sitting at 13 pages. Okay, and it's all to do with the contracts disappearing, the lack of harvest contracts, and all that. So this is on Giants forums, and as yet, you can actually go through all 13 pages of this thread. There is not a single comment from anybody who works within Giants on it about the issue. This is Giants' own official forum, ladies and gentlemen, where they're supposed to communicate with us players, and us players are supposed to be able to communicate with them. We're not getting anything. We're not hearing from them. And I've been saying this quite a lot just lately in some of my videos, in some of my streams. Communication is very important. I don't know who's in charge of, Giants, like, public relations and, PR and stuff like that. But communication is very important. I know Giants have got 3 community coordinators. They've got Chucky. They've got Lars. They've got Kermit. Okay? 3 community coordinators who are supposed to be talking and communicating with us, the community. And again, not a single response from any of them on a lot of these posts. You go through Giants Forum looking at a lot of these posts. There is nobody from Giants talking to us, discussing the problems, trying to help us, you know, trying to get into a discussion and a conversation with us. Again, I've said this quite recently as well in a live stream. Giants need somebody, I think they need to employ some people to do that job. You have got an official forum, okay? This is your own website, okay? You should be responding actively, proactively, responding and communicating to every single person on here, okay? If players are asking questions, you should be acknowledging their question, replying to them, trying to find an answer for them, okay? There's too much silence, too much. People just don't know what's happening, okay? And it's so incredibly frustrating, especially like with, say, this issue has just, you know, it's just annoyed me to the point where I have felt I've had to sit and record this video, ladies and gents. I'm a Giants partner, okay? I love the game, okay? I love making content on the game. However, I'm not going to sit by and turn a blind eye to the things that Giants are doing wrong with the game and with the series. You know, unlike, you know, their ambassadors and their ambassadors and other high-profile creators might just keep releasing videos where everything's hunky-dory, everything's fine, everything's brilliant, this game's the best thing in the world. I'm not like that, okay? I'm going to speak to you guys 100% honestly, okay? If something's bad, I'm going to tell you it's bad, okay? And I hope that's one of the things you guys like about me as a content creator. I don't blow smoke up people's ass. Okay, I compliment Giants on the things that they need complimenting on and deserve to be complimented on. At the same time, I'm gonna fucking drag them across the coals. You know, stand them in front of the firing squad and say, "Why aren't you fixing the things that need to be fixed?" And like I say, I didn't want to have to make a video like this. You know, I would love to just be playing Farm Sim today. I would have loved, you know, I would love to be right now playing around. Let's find the game. I would love to be running around here on Riverview with Dolores, doing my you know, sorting out the next things that I need to do in my Riverview series. Problem is, I'm playing as a contractor. That is the whole purpose of this that Let's Play series. I'm working as a contractor. I didn't own any land to start with on the map. I didn't own any fields. All I wanted to do was come in and every day do contract. Okay? We've got a couple of sowing contracts. Let's go and have a look at the map. Alright, nothing's ready to harvest because obviously it's still February. So, you know what? Let's skip ahead again another day. See what contracts appear. By the way, I'm not playing with seasonal growth on, so that, you know, there can be different contracts. There can be there should be a mixture of contracts available to me each and every day. You know? There should be sowing, you know. Okay, there's a couple of harvest contracts have now appeared, and they've disappeared straight away. Did you notice? Did you see that? Those contracts, and it's gone again. All the contracts have disappeared, the harvesting contract. All the baling ones are here. Because this field has just this map has tons of grass fields on it. But there is literally just... So all the fields that were ready to harvest have been harvested. 37, 23, 29, 9 and 10. In 4 minutes. Within 4 minutes of waking up on this morning, the contracts appeared and they disappeared. What chance have players got, ladies and gents? What chance have we got, Giant? How have you not seen this bug? Do you play the game yourselves? You know, a lot of these issues that I raise are things that you encounter just by playing the game. You don't have to go hunting for the issues. Like the menu button, you don't have to go hunting for that. It's right there in your face. I don't understand how people from Giants can't see these things and don't experience these problems. Do they not play the game with controllers? Do they only play with keyboard and mouse? Do they even play the game? At this point, I and a lot of other people are of the opinion they don't even play their own game. Because if they did, they would know. They would know what problems we have since the last update, patch 1.5, that haven't been addressed in 1.6. And that's why, unfortunately, I'm having to make this video. Because I say I'm starting to lose a lot of the I'm struggling for the words because I'm that angry. I'm getting that angry about this issue now because it's bad. Okay, we got 34 and 41 contract. Okay. .41 harvesting and it's just gone. Just that, it's just disappeared. Back to the map. And they've all been harvested again. There's only one field to harvest. Field 13, which is one I now own. The only way on this save game, the only way on this save and any other save at the moment that I can do any kind of harvesting is if I buy the field. If I buy the field, that stops the AI completely. Okay, I have to then wait for the crop to go from growing to harvesting, harvest the field, and then sell the field back to the AI. So the AI continues to do all the other contracts, the seeding, the ploughing, the cultivating, etc. But if I want to do if I want to do any harvesting in the game, I have to buy and own the field before it reaches ready to harvest, because the second it goes ready to harvest, the AI is doing it. And that is so game breaking. Because like I say, I'm trying to play as a contractor. I don't want to own fields. Okay, I just want to log in each day, start each day, look round the map and think to myself, what do I fancy doing today? What do I fancy doing today? A couple of sowing contracts, maybe a bit of baling, oh, bit of cultivating, bit of ploughing. There's not even any herbicide spraying contracts anymore in this game since patch 1.5. Giants have broke that as well. You get weeding contracts now to use the mechanical weeders. But you don't get any spraying contract for weeds. And sometimes when you have a weeding contract and you go to the field, you actually find you can't weed it because either the crop has grown beyond the first growth stage, or the weeds have grown beyond the second growth stage. So the mechanical weeders don't work. The only way to remove the weeds is by spraying. And you don't get spraying contracts. So therefore, you've accepted a contract and borrowed equipment. You can't actually do the job. And that's something that Giants haven't fixed. That was another part of, back to the old bug tracker. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that in my bug tracking issue. Yeah, spraying and weeding contracts. Over observing the contract screen over a calendar year, spraying contracts no longer appear and generate for players to do. Also, for the weeding contract, it's easy to check equipment compatibility issues by borrowing the equipment offered and going to the fields to do the job, and oftentimes you will find the weeder won't have any effect on the field. Can't remove the field for some weird reason, you know? So yeah, weeding contracts. Weeds have moved beyond the growth stage that allows the mechanical weeder to remove them, and thus cannot be completed with the equipment offered by the mission. I have yet to see the one in-game hoe, for example, be offered as equipment for weeding contracts where the weeds are too long for the mechanical weeder. So yeah, you don't get offered the hoe at any point in the weeding contracts. It's always a mechanical weeder. And from my experience, 99% of the time, when I've gone to the field with the equipment borrowed, I can't actually do the job because either the crops are too long or the weeds are too long. So the weeding contracts are broken. There's no herbicide contracts. They've disappeared. It's so frustrating, ladies and gents. And I really hate to do this video, but Giants, you need to address this, okay? We need to see a response. Because a lot of players are starting to become incredibly frustrated at the fact that you're releasing patches that breaks more and more things in the game that didn't need to be messed with. And yet when we submit the report saying that these things are broken, you're ignoring them. And instead, you're focusing on stupid things like adding twin wheel tires to a tractor, or changing something else, some cosmetic thing that has absolutely no effect on the gameplay whatsoever. Okay, that people have managed to cope with and managed to, you know, play the game with quite happily for, you know, 7-8 months since this game released. You know, I'm pretty sure when it comes to patch 1.6, ladies and gents, I'm pretty sure that when we, that, you know, dual wheel configuration on the Trelleborg isn't really a game-breaking issue. Players have been able to play the game just fine since November, when this game came out, without that. That hasn't stopped anybody being able to play the game. Okay? That issue there hasn't stopped anybody being able to play the game. You know, things like that are not issues, really. You know, these are the things that, if in my technical support job, would have been fixed within 28 days or longer. You know, there's no, you know, they're the most lowest severity issue. Contracts being broken and players not being able to do contracts would be one of those fixes that should be right at the top of the list, needs to be addressed in 24 hours. You know, that would have been, for my company, that would have been, like I say, you need to fix this and address this within 24 hours, you know, for the customer. I accept Giants don't have that, but I certainly would have expected the issues with contracts, okay, to have been addressed. When this issue has been reported back in May, you've had 2 months, Giants, to basically undo what you did in patch 1.5 and go back to how the contracts were in 1.4. That's all you needed to do. Quick fish. Just roll back. Just roll back your change. Problem solved. Everybody would have been happy. But you're ignoring the issue, and you're ignoring the players reporting your issues, and that's bad. That's terrible, and I can't let it pass anymore. So I'm putting this video out, Giants, to call you out. I'm calling you out and saying, respond to the players, respond to us, give us some answers on when these issues are going to be addressed. Okay? And do better. Okay? We pay a lot for this game. I've given you a lot of money over the course of, you know, the years, buying each version of the game that's come out. As a Giants partner, I've sent a lot of business your way. People have used the partner link to buy additional copies, to buy games, to buy software. I've generated quite a lot of revenue for you, Giants, over the last 2 or 3 years. It's time, you know, it's time to support us, you know, customer support. It's called for a reason, Giants. Okay? Customer support. So on that wicked bombshell, ladies and gents, I'm going to go away. I'm going to have a few minutes to chill out and relax. I'm then going to fire up my review save and start recording some videos today. I'm going to try not to mention this topic in any of those videos because I want those Let's Play videos to be fun and entertaining. There, of course, is no mods. No mods have been released today. Wouldn't expect there to be with the new patch 1.6 because typically speaking, when Giants release a patch, they break a lot of mods as well because they don't check to see if their patch is compatible. But, ladies and gents, I thank you for taking the time to listen to me rant and to listen to me get super duper angry with this game and the current state it's in, because it's not fun. It's not fun not having contracts to do, you know. And it's not just single player that's affected, it's multiplayer as well that this issue appears in. And it doesn't matter whether it's a Giants map or a mod map, it affects everything. Any maps which have contracts on them are affected by this game issue, and Giants need to address it pronto. Okay, you've had 2 months, Giants. Not good enough. So I am going to say thank you for watching the video. If you have enjoyed it, please do me a favor, give me a like. If you're new here and you want to see more farm sim content for me that's probably a little bit more enjoyable and not so anger filled, then please go ahead, subscribe to the channel. Share the video everywhere you can, because like I say, we need to get this out there to Giants. We need to get this. We need to get some kind of response as to why our bug reports are not being acknowledged, why they're not being actioned, and why fixes aren't being put into the patches for issues that are being reported multiple times by many people. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. But for now, from me, it's goodbye, ladies and gents. Cheerio.